Some exercises that seem completely harmless might actually be making your prostate grow larger and disrupting your urinary flow right now. If you're over 50 and struggling with frequent bathroom trips, weak stream, or that feeling like your bladder never fully empties, the workout routine you trust could be working against you. Most men with enlarged prostate believe that any exercise is good exercise, but this assumption is dangerously wrong. Today I'm going to reveal 4 specific exercises that increase pressure on your prostate and make your symptoms worse. I'm Dr. Isabel Lopez, and I specialize in men's health issues that affect quality of life after age 50. For the past 15 years, I've helped thousands of men understand how their daily habits impact their prostate health. Where are you watching from today? Please comment your city below so I can see where my viewers are located around the world. Make sure to follow this channel because we're going to dive deep into information your doctor might not have time to explain during a quick office visit. I'll show you exactly why certain movements put dangerous pressure on your prostate gland. By the end of this video, you'll know which exercises to avoid and what safer alternatives can actually help reduce your symptoms. But first, let me tell you about the most common exercise mistake that's probably happening in gyms everywhere. The promise I'm making you today is this: I'll reveal 4 exercises that force your prostate to work harder and show you better options that won't aggravate your condition. These aren't obscure movements either. They are popular exercises that millions of men do every week without realizing the damage. Your urinary flow problems might improve significantly just by making these simple changes to your routine. Let's start with the first exercise that's putting unnecessary pressure on your most sensitive gland. Heavy weightlifting exercises like leg press, bench press, and deep squats force your pelvic floor muscles to work overtime in ways they weren't designed for. When you strain against heavy resistance, you create intense pressure throughout your entire pelvic region. This pressure doesn't just affect your muscles, it directly impacts your prostate gland and bladder. The heavier the weight, the more your body compensates by tightening everything in your core and pelvis. This increased pressure stimulates inflammation in your prostate tissue and can actually encourage the gland to grow larger over time. Your prostate responds to this mechanical stress the same way any tissue responds to repeated pressure, by becoming swollen and irritated. The inflammation doesn't go away quickly either, especially if you're lifting heavy weights several times per week. Each workout session adds to the cumulative stress on an already sensitive gland. The consequences show up in your bathroom habits almost immediately after intense lifting sessions. You might notice that your stream feels weaker than usual, or you feel like your bladder isn't completely empty even right after urinating. Many men also experience that urgent feeling where you need to go again within an hour of your last bathroom visit. These symptoms are your prostate's way of telling you that the pressure is too much to handle. The solution isn't to stop strength training completely, but to adjust your approach for better prostate health. Focus on moderate weights with higher repetitions instead of maximum loads that force you to strain. Keep your breathing steady throughout each movement rather than holding your breath and creating internal pressure. But heavy lifting isn't the only exercise category that can cause problems. Let me tell you about the second type of workout that might be making your symptoms worse. High-impact running activities like sprints, CrossFit jumping movements, and intensive interval training create repetitive trauma to your pelvic floor with every step. Each time your feet hit the ground during intense running, the impact travels up through your entire body and creates jarring pressure in your pelvis. Your prostate sits right in the middle of this impact zone, absorbing shock waves that gradually damage the delicate tissues. These microtraumas might seem insignificant, but they add up to significant problems over weeks and months of training. Stick with me until the end of this video because what I'm about to share next could save you years of unnecessary discomfort and expensive treatments. This repetitive pounding motion worsens prostate hyperplasia by keeping the gland in a constant state of low-level inflammation. Your body tries to protect the area by sending more blood flow and immune cells, but this response actually makes the swelling worse. The inflammation doesn't have time to resolve between workout sessions, so it becomes chronic and progressively more problematic. The symptoms from high-impact exercise often include pelvic pain that you might mistake for normal workout soreness. You'll likely notice increased urgency, especially at night when you should be sleeping peacefully. Many men report waking up 3 or 4 times per night after intense running sessions, when they normally might only wake up once. The jarring motion disrupts the delicate balance your prostate needs to function properly. Instead of high-impact activities, choose exercises that give you cardiovascular benefits without the pelvic trauma. Brisk walking at an incline provides excellent heart health benefits without bouncing your internal organs around. Light stationary cycling or swimming are also fantastic alternatives that protect your prostate while keeping you fit. However, speaking of cycling, there's something very important you need to know about bicycle seats that could be affecting your prostate right now. Traditional narrow bicycle seats create direct pressure on your prostate gland for extended periods, which is exactly what an enlarged prostate doesn't need. When you sit on a standard bike seat, your full body weight presses down on the area where your prostate is located. This sustained pressure restricts blood flow to the gland and surrounding tissues. Poor circulation means less oxygen and nutrients reaching your prostate, while waste products build up in the area. The reduced blood circulation encourages your prostate to become more swollen and inflamed over time. Think of it like sitting on your hand for an hour. The tissue becomes puffy and uncomfortable because circulation is blocked. Your prostate reacts the same way to prolonged pressure from narrow bike seats. The longer your rides and the more frequently you cycle, the more pronounced this swelling becomes. You'll notice the symptoms most clearly during and after longer bike rides. Many men experience aching or throbbing discomfort in their pelvic area that can last for hours after getting off the bike. Your urinary stream might become noticeably weaker following cycling sessions. Some men also report difficulty starting their urine flow or maintaining a steady stream after spending time on traditional bicycle seats. The fix is surprisingly simple. Invest in a wide, ergonomic bicycle seat that's designed to reduce pressure on sensitive areas. These seats have cutouts or channels that allow better circulation to your prostate region. Alternatively, consider a recumbent exercise bike where you're sitting back in a chair-like position rather than leaning forward onto a narrow seat. But even if you solve the cycling problem, there's still one more extremely common exercise that might be putting pressure on your prostate every time you work out. Traditional sit-ups and crunches increase abdominal pressure dramatically, pushing your internal organs downward against your prostate with each repetition. When you curl your torso up during these exercises, you're essentially squeezing everything in your abdominal cavity like a tube of toothpaste. Your prostate gets caught in this pressure squeeze between your bladder above and your pelvic floor below. Doing dozens of crunches means dozens of pressure episodes that your prostate has to endure. This repeated pressure creates resistance in your urinary flow system by essentially crushing the pathways your urine needs to travel through. Your prostate responds to this mechanical compression by becoming more rigid and less flexible over time. The muscles around your prostate also become tighter and less coordinated, making it harder for urine to flow smoothly. Each crunch is like putting a temporary clamp on your urinary system. The symptoms from excessive traditional AB work include that annoying dripping or dribbling after you think you're finished urinating. You might also notice increased urgency, where the feeling to urinate comes on suddenly and intensely. Some men experience urinary retention, where it takes longer to start the flow or the stream stops and starts unpredictably. These problems often worsen in the hours following intense abdominal workouts. Replace traditional crunches with short isometric planks that strengthen your core without the repeated compression. Hold a plank position for just 30 to 60 seconds rather than doing endless crunches that squeeze your prostate. Breathing exercises that engage your core muscles are also excellent alternatives that actually help relax your pelvic area. Now that you understand which exercises to avoid, let me explain why your prostate reacts so strongly to these types of mechanical pressure. Your prostate gland is extremely sensitive to mechanical pressure and inflammation because it's positioned in one of the most pressure-sensitive areas of your body. Unlike muscles that can handle stress and recover quickly, prostate tissue is more like delicate glandular tissue that responds poorly to repeated compression. When you understand that your prostate is essentially trapped between your bladder, your rectum, and your pelvic floor muscles, you can see why external pressure affects it so dramatically. Any exercise that increases pressure in this confined space will impact your prostate function. The wrong types of exercise can actually accelerate the progression of benign prostatic hyperplasia by keeping your prostate in a chronic state of stress and inflammation. However, the right exercise choices can help reduce your symptoms by improving circulation and reducing overall inflammation in your body. This is why understanding the difference between helpful and harmful exercises is so crucial for men over 50. Your daily workout routine should be working with your prostate health, not against it. Prevention of worsening prostate symptoms starts with adapting your exercise routine to protect this sensitive gland from unnecessary pressure and trauma. Small changes in how you work out can make significant differences in how you feel throughout the day and especially how well you sleep at night. Your prostate health affects your quality of life in ways that go far beyond just bathroom visits. Better prostate health means better sleep, more energy, and greater confidence in your daily activities. The key principle to remember is that your prostate needs gentle, consistent movement rather than intense pressure or jarring impacts. Think of your exercise routine as therapy for your prostate rather than a challenge it needs to survive. When you approach fitness with your prostate health in mind, you can stay active and strong while actually improving your urinary symptoms. Let me wrap up everything we've covered today with the specific action steps you can take starting immediately. Join the Members Club and drop a super like on this video if you found this information helpful for your health journey. Now let me quickly recap the 4 exercises that can make your prostate problems worse so you know exactly what to modify in your routine. Heavy weightlifting that forces you to strain creates dangerous pressure in your pelvic region. High-impact running and jumping exercises cause repetitive trauma that keeps your prostate inflamed and irritated. Traditional narrow bicycle seats put direct pressure on your prostate and restrict the blood flow it needs to stay healthy. Excessive traditional abdominal exercises like sit-ups and crunches compress your prostate between your other organs with every repetition. Each of these exercise types seemed harmless or even beneficial, but now you understand why they can actually worsen urinary flow problems. Knowledge is power when it comes to protecting your prostate health. Make the switch to safer alternatives starting with your very next workout, and you'll already be taking steps to protect your urinary flow. Use moderate weights with higher repetitions instead of maximum loads that make you strain. Choose walking, swimming, or stationary cycling over high-impact activities that jar your pelvic area. Replace your narrow bike seat with an ergonomic design, and swap crunches for gentle planks or breathing exercises. Exercise should be medicine for your body, but only when it's used correctly and appropriately for your individual health needs. Your prostate doesn't have to get worse with age if you make smart choices about how you stay active and fit. These simple modifications can help you maintain your fitness goals while actually improving your urinary symptoms over time. Start implementing these changes today, and your prostate will thank you for years to come.